And welcome back here to ARC, Florida. Thanks for joining us. You know, we are just days into the new school year, but some high schoolers are already expected to begin taking some SATs in a matter of weeks. Only this time, there are some major changes that we're learning about this year. The tests are going digital, and the questions won't necessarily be the same for every student. The biggest change this year is what's called adaptive testing, with both math and reading divided into two sections. Basically, how students do on the first part will determine the difficulty level for the second part of the exam. Each question is weighted differently based on the difficulty level, so answering a harder question correctly could help a student score more than getting an easy question right. Despite many colleges or universities not requiring SAT scores anymore, these test scores can still be used for acceptance into honors colleges and potential scholarships. And joining me now is Evan Weisberg. He's the CEO of Tutors Who Care. Evan, thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me here to discuss the topic of the new SAT. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. You know, so making them digital, do you see that as a big deal for students?
I think that the test anxiety will probably be reduced because going into taking it with pencil and paper and seeing, you know, all the people there and everything like that can provide anxiety. But as far as the material and the content areas, I think it will still be relatively the same.
I think that's kind of interesting too, because you know, for some of us, we were used to taking, obviously, tests with paper and pencil, but now, you know, so few of them that a lot of them are taking in class are paper and pencil anymore. Like you said, they could actually feel more comfortable doing it on a computer.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. And a lot of professional tests are taken digitally already as well.
Yeah.
So it kind of prepares them for later.
Yeah, we were talking before about how, you know, schools and universities, a lot of them don't necessarily look at it as much anymore, but you're still seeing plenty of families wanting SAT prep and tutoring going into those tests.
Yeah, because it's a deciding factor for very competitive schools. When you have two students that have the same GPA, extracurriculars are the same, if one took the SAT and one didn't, then the person, especially if they did well on it, is gonna obviously be chosen over the other.
Do you think when, you know, starting to make some of these changes, you know, we also talked about kind of weighting the questions differently, maybe can make the SAT matter a little bit more to these colleges and universities?
I honestly think the major reason for the SAT doing this is because the ACT has become such a powerful test and more commonly taken. So the SAT is trying to find an edge, in my opinion, more than anything. So it's more of a business decision for the SAT and College Board as opposed to maybe just the technicalities of it.
We've talked on CBS 12 News before, just certainly after the pandemic and the boom and people, you know, kids needing more help. Have you seen that sort of quiet down, or are still kids struggling with the gaps that they missed with virtual learning?
So pretty much reading comprehension and reading in general is still quite behind for many students because of the pandemic. And of course, we see issues with students at the elementary level with math. And of course, I would say, to be perfectly honest with you, that this summer was a little bit quieter because I think a lot more people traveled and basically weren't as concerned with the pandemic. So a lot of people that missed out on traveling and day camp and summer camp, we definitely saw like a little bit of a decline because of that in comparison to the previous 2 years where there were many more students.
I think, you know, what's interesting also starting this year is a lot of our school districts have gotten rid of, starting this year, a lot of the extra help and the extra people that they had inside the schools to help kids that fell behind during the pandemic because the federal funding all went away. So it's going to be interesting to see if, without as much extra help in the schools, whether or not they start turning back to needing private tutors again.
And then another thing is that the state issued, like, for especially students that have learning challenges, I'm sure you're aware of the PEP and the UA scholarship. So a lot of people are using that, but the Step Up program has very specific requirements, and some tutoring services can't provide that because they need a certified teacher and specific requirements as far as their, you know, specialization in their degree. And if it doesn't align with that, then the client won't be able to use the scholarship or be reimbursed for that matter. And I would say that there are quite a bit of people that want to use that scholarship.
He's Evan, the CEO of Tutors Who Care. Evan, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you again.